If heaven opened up its gates just for one day, so I can see the face of my beloved, the one who went away. Oh, how I tell you that you're appreciated, my beloved. I hate that you're so far away, my beloved. So many things I want to say.
At that time I was in the 9th grade, so when I found out, I didn't really take it too hard. I didn't really know much about it, but you know, I was too busy with school and everything, so I knew that she was going to get the chemotherapy and go through all of the treatments, and that, you know, that she would be better because they said that that would help it out and fix it. I'm trying to figure out what college I'm going to. I'm getting ready to go off to school at the same time while I'm dealing with this. So it was pretty tough because my mother couldn't like go out shopping with me, help me get everything together, help me do paperwork. Like I had to do everything by myself because the family was kind of busy taking care of my mom. The summer after I graduated in 2009, my mother was in Emory Hospital, which is in downtown Atlanta, and she pretty much spent the whole summer there because she would get well enough to go home, and a few days later she was right back in the hospital. So, you know, my siblings and I, including my father, we would take turns spending the night down at the hospital, staying with her. Like, I feel like I spent my whole summer at Emory Hospital, just kind of, you know, just being with my mom and making sure she was fine.
We didn't alarm her of the situation, you know, because we wanted her to stay focused on what she was doing and what she had to do.
If I had known that she only had 6 months to live, I'm sure I would have made the decision to stay home for the first semester of college. But I couldn't really do that because I was coming to Savannah State on a softball scholarship. So, you know, when you're on a sports scholarship, you have to be there on time, and you can't really just skip a semester, because if I had come in the spring of 2010, then it would have been season, and I would have missed the whole first fall semester of 2009 for training. It was kind of hard in 2009, the fall, when I found out, because it had spread to her lungs and it began to affect her voice. So she couldn't really speak too well, so I was down here, I couldn't talk to her on the phone. I didn't really get to go home too often because I was on a busy practice schedule. November 3rd of 2009, my mother had passed away. My grandfather, Nathaniel, actually called me. He was like, I think you should come home. Your mom isn't doing too well. So I packed my stuff, and my teammate that lives in my neighborhood drove me home so that I wouldn't have to be on the road by myself. So when I came in the house, I peeked around the corner where bed was, and I was like, you know, where's mom? And everybody was kind of looking at me like, nobody told her yet. And they was like, yeah, she passed away like 3 o'clock that afternoon.
It tore her up, but we all talked to her, and I kept her every day, you know. So God's on our side, and just keep hope alive. The mother would always want you to continue doing what you're supposed to do. And it was hard for her because her mother was really her rock.
I don't know, I took it pretty hard. I stayed home the entire month of November in 2009 just to gather myself. But I don't know, still today I'm still dealing with it. It's kind of tough.
Grief counseling is very important for someone who's dealing with the loss of a loved one, whether it's very close or distant, and the person needs to understand the stages of grief, and that they can go through these stages, and it doesn't have to be in a certain order, they can skip stages, or they may get into a stage where they feel like they want to blame someone for the death, and then they may be in a recovery stage, and you can always flip back and forth.
After my mother passed, I didn't really talk to anybody but my softball coach here at Savannah State, because ironically, when he was in college, his mother passed his freshman year from cancer.
Nicole was a real determined player. She worked hard before and after, but you know, when you lose someone that's real important in your life at that, you know, the age she did, you know, it's hard to get over, and I think it affected her afterwards more, because you know, it's human nature for you just to think about it on a day-to-day basis. You know that you lost someone that was so close to you. So her mind was kind of here and there. But you know, being that father figure, you know, in her life, we had a chance to have conversations outside of softball that really kept her grounded and motivated in things she needed to do. I
don't regret coming to school in fall of 2009 one time, because I know that that's what my mother would have wanted me to do. Actually, like, she wouldn't have wanted me to sit home with her, because sitting home with her wouldn't have done me any good. I don't try to forget my mother, and I don't try to bury the thoughts of her, but instead I remember the good times and think positive, just to help me move forward day to day.